Hello, fall. I do love you. Hey friends, Corina here. Today I have to share with you guys a video that's totally different, but right along the alley of saving money and living your best life and enjoying things. It is a DIY Starbucks inspired pumpkin cream cold brew coffee. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right friends, if you're anything like me, you love fall and you love seasonal drinks at Starbucks. I personally am a huge fan. I've never been the biggest fan of the pumpkin spice latte, however, the pumpkin cream cold brew that they just debuted this year is literally amazing, and I've gotten maybe 5 in a row. Honestly, at $4.45 a drink for a grande, I cannot support that habit, so I had to find a way to create my own, and I've done just that, and today I'm gonna share with you guys that recipe. It's super easy. You can buy these things at your local grocery store. You can customize it however you need to, and I promise you, you're gonna love it. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so here's what I am going to be using today. The thing that's great about this recipe is that you can use whatever you have on hand or whatever you prefer. So I'm going to use the stock cold brew coffee. I'm also going to use this sweet cream almond creamer and this pumpkin spice syrup from Target. I asked at Starbucks what they use for the cream, for the pumpkin cream, and they actually use sweet cream. So I think that this sweet cream creamer is going to be a really good substitute for that. And of course at Starbucks you can ask them to make it like with almond milk or coconut milk or whatever your preference is, but it's not going to be quite the same because the way that the almond milk or coconut milk froths is not the same. So anyway, all I do is I put some ice in my cup about halfway, and then I'm going to add some cold brew. You could add sweetener to this. This one is like the lightly sweetened version, not the unsweetened. So that's one tip, start with the lightly sweetened. And I do about half of the cup, so just enough to cover the ice. And then what I'm going to do is I always take an extra cup, and let me shake this real quick. Okay, so my creamer, I add creamer to my mug, and I do, I don't know, maybe like a third of the way, just depends on how much foam you want. So it's really up to like personal preference, but I do that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this pumpkin spice syrup. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. I've never used this before, so this is gonna be an experiment for sure. And I'm just gonna stir it up really quickly. And then put that in the cup. And then what I like to do is I like to use a little bit of this pumpkin pie spice from Trader Joe's. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna dump a little bit onto the lid here to make sure I don't do too much because I have, whoops, see that would have been in my cup. Oh, too much. Okay, so you really just need like a little bit, especially if you're gonna use pumpkin spice like syrup like I am today. So just a little bit. And honestly, like, it's just to taste. So that's how much I put in there. And then you could add extra sweetener if you're using like an unsweetened creamer. You could add some vanilla also. That's a really tasty thing. So I've done just like add a little bit of vanilla. I'm gonna skip that for this one. And then what I do is I just go and froth it. So I'm just gonna take it over to my Ninja coffee bar. My coffee bar has a built-in frother. You can buy a frother that's like a handheld one and do it that way, but I have this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that guy. Okay, so that was probably, I don't know, 30 seconds maybe of frothing, and it's nice and frothy. I take my little frother off, and I wash it every time, obviously. And then I'm just gonna dump this into my coffee. Voila. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, that cream is so tasty. Okay guys, so there you have it. That is my pumpkin cream. It's super easy. You can obviously always like customize it and add more cream if you want. You can add, I don't know, just whatever you feel like. But super tasty, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and try it with you guys right now so you can kind of see my reaction too. Alright guys, here is the pumpkin cream that I made at home, and I already like licked the spoon that had some of the froth on it. It was so good, so let me try it. So frothy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is really, really close to the Starbucks version. I have like froth everywhere. Hello. So good. I would probably add a little bit more coffee. I went a little creamer heavy over coffee, but that's one thing I like about this too, because you can customize it to whatever it is that you want. So good. Okay guys, so my advice for this is to use sweet cream. Even if you don't do almond creamer, usually you can do like the regular sweet cream creamer and pumpkin spice syrup. You don't have to use this one. You can get the Starbucks one, you can get a Torani one, whatever it is that you want, and then just cold brew, and you can make your own. And then if you are like me and like you go to Starbucks and you ask for a little extra stuff anyway, you might want to add some of the pumpkin spice. They do add a little bit of this on top, so they add like a little bit of cinnamon or nutmeg or whatever it is to the top of the drink, so you can do that and just, you know, give it that little zhuzh. But yeah, this is literally dynamite. I'm so glad they came up with this drink, and I'm so glad that I came up with my own version to make at home, because it's way cheaper and it's so good, and it's dairy free, so that's a total win for me as well.